Hello everyone, Michael Wolfe for Watchreport.com. Today we're going to take a look at the Mondaine Stop2Go watch. This is the black IP version. It retails for $725 USD. The non-plated version with different strap options retails for $675. If you look around through various retailers, you can probably find them for a little bit less than that. And it is a Swiss-made timepiece from Mondaine. So wanted to start off by showing what it looks like on a 7 3/4 inch wrist. 41 millimeter case, so it's not massive by any stretch of the imagination, and it looks okay on my wrist. When you start getting much bigger than my wrist, it's really going to start to look smallish, but it is what it is. That's the style of this particular watch, and kind of like how it looks on the wrist. So let's get this off and kind of go over the watch a little bit. Again, 41 millimeter case. It is 47 millimeters lug tip to lug tip and 12 millimeters thin. So it's going to fit underneath a dress shirt cuff to where you can dress it up as much as you want or dress it down as much as you want. So really like the short stubby lugs. Because there's not going to be any overhang on the wrist regardless of your wrist size, unless you have a really tiny wrist. I also really like the overall Bauhaus type design concept here. Before I go further, I want to make sure everyone understands that the Stop2Go watch is modeled after the Swiss railway clock system, and it will keeps time in a similar fashion. It looks identical. If you're on a Swiss railway platform, you're going to see these types of clocks that look very similar to this. When the second hand gets to the top of the hour, it's going to stop for 2 seconds. And then the minute hand will move, and then the second hand will start again. And it's basically a design concept for helping maintain a level of accuracy to where, regardless of where you're at on the Swiss railway system, the clocks are all going to be functioning the same exact way. They're all going to have the exact same time. That 2 seconds is going to allow for any potential lapses to catch up and just calibrate nicely and everything be on time. So that's the whole idea of this particular watch. As far as Bauhaus is concerned, Bauhaus is is simple designs, minimal type designs, and this is definitely minimal in every way, shape, and form, except for maybe the second hand being a little bit of a stretch. But simple round case, very clean, simple, uncluttered dial, white markers and hands. You just really, there's nothing as far as the look is concerned that's not simple about this watch. So Bauhaus enthusiasts will be very pleased with this particular watch. Now, the other thing I really like about this is the movement. I'm normally not a quartz watch fan. I'm going to extend this crown out to the second setting position. But I like this particular movement. There's actually 2 motors or engines inside the watch, one that actually controls the second hand and the other that controls the hour and minute hands. When you extend the lever, which I'm going to call this a lever rather than a crown, it will have the second hand sweep around to the top and stop, and then you can move your lever. It doesn't matter which way. You can move it incrementally, or you can put the pedal to the metal, and that thing will move around. An hour hand will move around the dial quickly. And once you have everything calibrated as far as the time setting that you want, push the crown back in, and away it goes. Very similar type of calibration that I've seen on top quality quartz chronograph movements, as far as if you have to recalibrate, the minute accumulator, hour accumulator, and so forth. But in this particular case, it just works for setting the timing function. And you can also calibrate the second hand if it would ever get out of kilter. I believe in the first crown position, and it functions very, very much the same way. So I like the black IP plating on the case. To the naked eye, it's there are no imperfections or anything to speak of. Not a fan of the rubber strap, as you have to cut it to size it. So my suggestion there would be to either upgrade your clasps to where you can have more micro adjustments to where you have to make less cuts, or just change the strap system altogether, as far as maybe a rubber strap with a really nice buckle rather than a stamped clasp. Case back, I like the red dot at the center. Kind of mirrors the red dot on the second hand, so that's kind of a neat little thing. Again, not really a watch that I would seek out, but I'm glad I had the opportunity to look at it. I like most of the features about it. It's just it's really not my cup of tea, but I think a lot of folks that like the Bauhaus type design, keeping things very simple, like a unique movement, because the movement is definitely unique, if nothing else. I think that you're going to like this watch and like it a lot. So I would like to thank Mondaine for working with Watchreport on this watch review. Would like to thank each one of you for watching, and just ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the full written review, as I may have additional thoughts, comments, photos that I didn't cover here in the video. And stay tuned for my next video presentation here on Watchreport. Thank you.